My presentation will be on cyberbullying. So I will talk about what cyberbullying is. I use a textbook to find the definition, and according to Hobbes on page 327, cyberbullying is the most common type of online harassment that children and teens encounter. Cyberbullying can take many forms, including name-calling, spreading false rumors, or constantly asking someone where they are, who they are with, or what they are doing. Some more examples of cyberbullying are threats of telling information that could ruin someone's reputation, impersonation, and receiving or being forced to send sexually explicit images online. One thing to note is that cyberbullying leaves a digital footprint, a record that can prove useful and provide evidence to help stop the abuse. Compared to in-person bullying, which can sometimes be hard to prove, if the victim isn't willing to speak out, it can be due to fear and threats of the bully. So, cyberbullying is important and relevant in our society because social media has made it hard for many young people to accept themselves for who they are, and as a result, it forces many of them to change themselves mentally and physically to be accepted into the society that social media has created. Cyberbullying will continue to happen despite the many consequences and effects it's had on many people. Until we find a solution, or at least make a plan on how to decrease the likelihood of cyberbullying emerging, thousands of people's lives are at risk. Cyberbullying can definitely be blamed on social media and technology, as well as the parents who don't teach their children the proper ways to use the internet, and also know what to do in situations where cyberbullying happens, such as a plan to report to parents or how to report it online with the resources available. Cyberbullying began in the 1990s when technology and computers began to become popular. Although bullying in general has been around for thousands of years, the act of bullying through digital technology started to gain attention due to the consequences of the situation. An example of its severity was when cyberbullying was brought to the mainstream after online harassment resulted in multiple teen suicides. Another example is, according to the National Center for Education Statistics, 20.2% of all students have reported experience with some kind of bullying. That is a pretty big percentage if you think about it. Many laws were put into place to help with the issue of cyberbullying, although there are currently no federal laws to help protect those who are victims. There are anti-bullying state laws in each state that help prevent cyberbullying, as well as in schools, workplaces, and public areas that have resources to help report this issue. Some factors that contribute to cyberbullying are due to boredom, peer pressure, revenge, jealousy, anonymity, and ignorance that many bullies do not consider when it comes to the lives of others and how it'll affect them once they are caught and put to deal with the consequences. The impact of cyberbullying on society has been very interesting to see throughout the years. Another National Center for Education Statistics study published in 2020 reports that 15% of students between the ages of 12 and 18 had been a victim of cyberbullying within a 12-month period. The biggest impacts of cyberbullying in society includes decreased self-esteem, emotional distress, physical symptoms, depression, and suicidal thoughts. A study published in Science Daily indicates that cyberbullying victims are twice as likely to attempt suicide or engage in self-harming behaviors. Bullying does not directly cause victims to commit suicide, but it does put them at a higher risk of doing so due to the pain within their minds and through their uses of technology. How does bullying impact people and institutions? There are many procedures and policies that are set for educational and work institutions that help with the impact of cyberbullying and what should be done in that case. Some of the procedures include having evidence, having support, being able to inform, and creating an investigation which can help prevent the situation from repeating, as well as decreasing the time suffering from a bully. The problem with just joking or playing around and cyberbullying fall between whether it becomes repetitive and if there is a bully who believes that they will not be caught or punished for hurting someone mentally and physically. So one of the pros of cyberbullying is that the evidence is always available despite if it's deleted, as police now have technologies that are able to track back to original evidence if needed. Some obvious cons to cyberbullying is that mental health is at risk due to the behavior and language that is said from the bully, as well as how it follows you despite logging off from one app to another, since the bully can taunt you on other apps or social medias. Because cyberbullying can be done anonymously, there's less chance to find the real bully if they use fake accounts and names to conceal their identity, making it hard to gain a peace of mind through all these hurdles. In conclusion, I believe that cyberbullying will definitely see a new light in this generation when it comes to rules, laws, procedures, and policies that can help prevent how often people can be bullied online. There are some rules on certain apps that indefinitely ban you from making new accounts if you are reported for cyberbullying or are doing something that breaks the rules. There are also some apps that suspend you from sharing and posting on their apps, such as Facebook, which can deactivate your account for up to a month if you are reported of breaking their guidelines and rules as a user. I hope that you learned from my project that cyberbullying is a real and tragic issue that many people deal with on an everyday basis. If you have been a victim of cyberbullying, you know how hard it is to live your life when all you live is in fear. And it's very hard to rise from the situation as it can create a big change in your mentality and has long-lasting effects. Hopefully, there will be more stricter laws and hands-on solutions that can help with decreasing cyberbullying on our social media platforms that we use to keep up with our friends, family, and the world.